Hello YouTube investors, my name is Ankit and welcome to Simply Investing. Today I want to be transparent and break down my dividend income for the year 2020. Considering this has been my first year of investing, I don't think I did too bad. And honestly, it feels so nice to be making money on the side without having to actively do anything. I hope this video not only inspires new investors, but also experienced investors who are looking to generate passive income. In this video, I will dive down to each and every individual stock that has provided me with dividend income. I will mention when I got paid, how much I got paid, how much I made per stock, and how much I made every single month. So let's jump right in. So the way I really like to track my dividends is through an Excel sheet. And so over here, I've created an Excel sheet with all the months in the left column. Each column represents a stock. So I get the total for each stock, as well as the total for every single month, and my grand total. I also have a column for projected changes, so I know if I'm added to a position, how much dividend should I be expecting in my next dividend payment. So let's get started. The first stock I bought was TD. And it's paid me 3 times this year. It's paid me a total of $23.70 every quarter for a grand total of $71.10. And I've recently upped my position, so I'm expecting my next payment to be $39.50. TD was actually one of the first stocks that I bought, and it was purely for its dividend. I had bought this before the pandemic, so it did go down quite a bit, but it's made a good recovery. The next stock on the list is RioCan, and any stock that I've sold and I'm no longer holding, I've marked it with a red font. So RioCan is something that I've been holding for a while, and again, this is a pure dividend play, and it's made me $228 this year. So you can see that I've upped my position. So I was receiving from $24, and I upped it all the way to $30, $39. Sold again a few of them. And then December, right before they announced their dividend cut, I had actually sold more than half of the shares that I owned. This is a stock that I would likely buy in the future, but for now, because of the pandemic, I'm just holding back on it. The next stock I bought was Enbridge. Again, Enbridge and TD, those are my only 2 stock purchases that I had made prior to the pandemic. So Enbridge, I am currently still in a loss, but the dividends are just so amazing that even if it stays at this level, I will recover my money in the next year. So Enbridge pays an amazingly healthy dividend. So you can see I've upped my position several times. So went from 64 to 130 and now almost $178 for a grand total of $372. And with the recent dividend increase, I am expecting my next payment to be of $183.70, which will be paid in the next quarter. Back to REITs, Northwest Health is one of my favorite REITs. And again, I love it for its monthly dividends. I upped my position over here, so I started making from $6 to $13 for a grand total of $46.67. The next one is also REIT. As you can see, I love my monthly dividends. So this one is Chartwell Retirement Residences. I added a bit to my position in October. And so you can see my dividends jump up from $11 closer to $15.70 mark. What you might be noticing is that starting August, you can see that there's a bit of a pattern where my dividend increases by 5 cents. And that's because I have the stock on a DRIP, which is a dividend reinvestment plan. And with my stocks being on a DRIP, you kind of see that compounding effect of the dividends that you get paid. So with that, I do expect my next dividend to be $15.81. Next up is Chemtrade Logistics. It pays me $25 a month, pretty consistent. They didn't announce a dividend cut, and this stock has brought me $150 this year. Next up is Bank of Nova Scotia. This pays me healthy dividends as well, $67.50. And this is actually one of the positions where I kind of started off with a bit of a loss, and now it's one of my highest earners. Next is XEI, which is a iShares high dividend yield ETF. This is the one where I've upped my position, sold some of them, then bought it again. And that's why you see this varying difference in the dividends I've I've been getting paid, but I made a total of $68.88 this year. I really like holding XEI because it pays a good dividend and I can let my money rest in that ETF. And whenever I do feel like purchasing a particular stock, I can sell that at any time. It's a high dividend yield ETF and it's just so reliable. I've added a few more positions and now for the next payment, I'm expecting $8.25. Next, we have TELUS. TELUS is also a healthy dividend pair. I purchased it later on in the year, so I've only made $29.13. But I have really added to my position, so now I'm expecting $56.02 for my next payment. Next is Whitecap Resources. So Whitecap Resources, I made $12.11. I think I only held it for a month and then I just sold it for my capital gains. Tech.to, this is a TD technology ETF. And I've only made $2.30 on this one, but again, the capital gains on this one are pretty big, so I didn't buy this necessarily for its dividend play, but I'm glad to get those dividends. Next, we have Exchange Income Corporation. This is a stock that I sold. It's actually done really well after I sold it, but again, this was purely a dividend play, and I made $19 in a month. Not bad. PPL, Pembina Pipelines. This is a stock that I might buy later on in the new year, and it pays an amazing dividend. It pays about 21 cents per share, and as you can see, I made about $23.10 every single month. And the beauty of this is it almost acts like a REIT because it's paying me monthly. And so I made about $115.50 off this stock. Next is Keyera Corporation, again another energy stock, $16.80 for the entire year. Again, I think I sold this for the capital gains I had on this. Suncor, another energy stock. So if you're guessing the pattern, the energy stocks pay an amazing dividend. And so I'd really advise anyone to at least hold one energy stock. It doesn't have to be necessarily from oil or gas, but it could also be from renewable energy. But the dividends on the energy stocks are typically very good. So Suncor paid me $21 in the month of September, and then I think it dropped really low. So as soon as I got a chance to sell it for small capital gains, I did. So I only made $21 off this stock. Next is VDY, which is a Vanguard ETF. Again, this is a high dividend yield ETF. I only owned it for about 2 months. As you can see, I slightly upped my positions, but I made about $12.64. I sold it for a small capital gain, which I invested into other equity stocks. Next is ZDV, which is a Bank of Montreal dividend ETF. And it seems like I held it for 2 months, and so I made about $5.79. Next is Extendicare. I think I only held it for about a month. Yep, and I made $9 off this, and I sold it for minor capital gains. So as you can see, this is how much I made every single month. I started off with $23.70, ended off with $267 for a grand total this year of $13.93. And just to keep in mind, I didn't really trade in January, February, or March. So had I traded, I probably would have made a bit more. But considering, again, it's my first year, I feel like I did a pretty decent job and my dividends have been growing. Anything marked in red, I know I sold these stocks, but down the road, I can see myself purchasing them, especially Suncor, or if any of these big energy giants, they delve into the renewable energy sector. So next year, I really hope to up my annual dividend income from $1,393 to upwards of $2,500 at least. I think I'm already sitting around $2,300, so I think $2,500 is a very realistic goal. But seeing it go up to $3,000 of passive annual dividend income would be amazing. And so I'll definitely update you guys on how I do that. The breakdown I have provided is the passive income that I've generated purely through dividends. Please note that this does not include any capital gains where I have profited from buying and selling stocks. To wrap up, here's how much I made every single month, with the highest month being the month of September. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to drop a like. And also feel free to let me know in the comment section below which Canadian or US dividend stocks are on your radar for 2021. If you're interested in more content like this, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button to be notified whenever I release any new and upcoming content. So on that note, thanks a lot for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the new year.